All right, before we get started, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell notification. Let's get into it. All right. What's up, everybody? Hope you're all having a wonderful day today. So we're going to talk about my Hughes and Kettner Grandmeister 40 Deluxe. 6 years later, I'll take you guys through some of the sounds and some of the problems I've had with it and just generally what I think about it. But one thing I would like to see more from like gear reviewers is, did they actually use the equipment they reviewed? How did it work out for them? And what do they still think about it? And so a lot of people like to hype up things, but I get the feeling that they don't really use them. There's something else going on there. But anyways, let's talk about this thing. So first things first, I guess the big problems I've really had with it is, one, the standby channel doesn't really work anymore. Every now and again, the foot stomp box kind of wigs out on me, and I've only had to replace the tubes once. Other than that, those are the other issues. Those are the only issues I've ever had with it. Now, I will say when I first got it, this is the third head because they had problems with the standby switches, really bad ones on the first one. So I didn't really expect the standby switch to work, but I don't play live that much. And when I do, I'm not going to go in there and plug in my amp and let it be on standby for that long. So I didn't really think it was that big a deal, but that's really my biggest complaint. Other than that, let's go through some of the sounds. It still sounds good as ever, and it has really good character with all of my guitars. The Ibanez, the Schecter, and especially the Telecaster. It really allows the Telecaster to shine. Yeah, and it still has really great effects. They've held up very, very well, so I'll go ahead and take that delay off. But there's the drive signal. And I am using an SM57 going, just hitting the face of this and nothing else. I'm not using a direct input or anything else. I just wanted to use your very typical mic sound. So again, here's the clean. Right, so our effects, it has a delay, which I like to use a lot. And then we have a boost function. For the clean channel, it's actually going to boost the volume a little bit. For the distortion channels, it's just going to add to the crunch pretty much, but... Anyways, in the last we've got our mod. I only really use the chorus. We do have chorus. We have flanger and phaser. I've always been really impressed with the way this sounds. Because I'm really not a big pedal guy, but I do like effects. But I've never been comfortable just using them live. However, they're built in the amp. They sound great. They sound great live. But moving on, we've got our crunch channel. No boost. Pretty close. I'm going to go ahead and add the boost to the crunch. Delay. And by far, I think this crunch channel is probably the most versatile and really very JCM 800 like. I absolutely love that channel. But it's moving on. We're going to go on into, I believe, what was this thing called? The lead channel. And this one sounds closer to the 90s Marshall, the JCM 900. All right, let's add the boost into there. And I know I'm playing metal or whatever. I should be playing with some blues because. Very cool. And the last channel we got is going to be, well, it's called the Ultra channel. I have to remember these. Because I quit looking at this amp for so long. You just, I don't know. It's weird. I've just been using the foot pedal for so long. Anyways, this is the Ultra channel. This is a very dual rectifier, Mesa-esque feeling and sound. A little bit. Again, it sounds absolutely outstanding. And I think the coolest thing about this amp is that the noise gate, it works really well. I mean, it's the best noise gate I've ever come across, like for any DAWs or pedals itself. So that in itself it's absolutely incredible. Like, let's say absolutely incredible. I don't know why I say things like that, but it is good. Let me see what else. So I would... Home recording studio, absolutely. Small gigs, totally cool. You could hook this thing up for arena rock. It's got direct input, but I wouldn't. None of us are ever going to play arenas, like so. I wouldn't really worry about it. But yeah, I would leave this thing at a bar or something like that. Touring, if you're a small band, this is not the best amp to tour with. It's heavy, it's portable, but it's pretty delicate. It gets knocked around pretty easily. So I wouldn't. Yeah, I couldn't recommend if you're like. You know, I would go with the what's that? They have like a floor non-tube version. It's what do they call that? Like the transistor version of this, and that's what I would go with if I were going to use Hughes and Kettner to tour with. And you know, I really wish more people would kind of champion the gear that they review and all this stuff. But I will say this: that this is probably This is just the best amp time and time again. Every time I stack it up against something else, every time like I plug any guitar into it, it just sings. It sounds amazing, and it stood up to the test of time. It's a little older. Now, I've had some problems with the direct input in the past, but I don't know. I'm gonna see if hopefully I can get that figured out with all the new. And it could be that it's been damaged, or it could be that it just might be obsolete for newer equipment. I have no idea, but we'll get to the bottom of it. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and just jam all one of my tracks. Everybody always be excellent to each other. Party on. We go back to that Crunch channel. And like, subscribe, leave a comment, and yeah, I don't let's just do this. But yeah, like, subscribe, comment, hit that bell notification, and I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much to my current subscribers, and thank you guys for watching.